I want to talk about my opinion on clothes and fast fashion industry and fashion and things like that. I saw a video of somebody talking about how there's a difference between like style, fashion, and clothes. Style is like micro trends, like, oh, you're wearing something that's trendy, you're wearing something that's like in the now. Fashion is like high fashion, art, like big deal. And then clothes are like you have things that you like, you wear the things that you like. They're just like many pieces, and the whole thing of it is the fact that you just like the piece, and that is its own like characteristic thing. I personally like to think that I just like clothes. I like clothes. I like I have many different like styles, and like I go from masculine, feminine, bright to dark, light to dark, like all these kinds of things, texture, no texture, exciting, boring, like those kinds of things. I very much like just a piece. Like I like this and what this has meaning to me. I like how some of them don't. I like how da 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 da. Like I just like clothing pieces, and then so when I wear things, I'm like, this doesn't matter if it goes or not. I just like these things. Like sometimes things don't always have to match or they don't always have to whatever. I think a big issue right now with like microtrends in fashion and shit like that is like, hey, there's always been things that are like, bell bottoms in the 70s and like, long tank tops in the 2000s. Like there's things like that that are like timestamps for like style and like years and like, Renaissance, big corsets and big skirt, I mean? Like there's things like that. But I also think like clothes historically have been like timestamp markers, being like, this is what they were wearing in the 1850s, this is what they were wearing in the 19th, this is what they were, and like trends are going by so fucking fast. And this is nothing new, it's just fast fashion and it's just what it is, but it's so evil because I feel like people are not prioritizing clothes. They're prioritizing style. Like they're prioritizing the Instagram photo. Oh, it drives me up a fucking wall. The whole like I can't even fathom the fact that an outfit repeater was something uttered out of somebody's mouth who thought that that was something that was negative. Sorry I own the clothes, because imagining that you're an outfit repeater, right, is to say that you have something that will be used more than once. Worn more than once, used more than, seen more than once. And that is negative. When, historically, we've had fucking clothing for so long. Like, people used to wear their shoes from age, 18 to 80. Like, there's things like that have, like, lasted. And hey, is it great that you don't have to wear one pair of shoes for 60 years? I think so. I'd like to think so. Do I also think they should last more than a 60-second Instagram video? Yes. Yes. And, like, it's crazy because things are not made to last. So there's that. And it's only what's affordable. So there's that. But also, a lot of people, myself included, I'm acknowledging this and I'm trying to, like, fix this within myself, is like we're not buying things to wear them in 30 years. In 3 years. Like, and that's odd. Because, you hear, like, people who are, to me, older, whether that means 30, 40, or more, being like, yeah, I've had this shirt for, like, 20 years. And it's like, we can't even fathom that. Because it's like the shirt that you got from Temu dissolved in the wash. Like, there's things like that they're not made to last for that long. They're not made they're not made for you to form like a mental thing with that piece. Like, for me, jackets are a big thing. I love jackets. I live where it's cold most of the time. Cold, California, but where it is in California that's cold. We get snow. And like, for a jacket, for me, it's about the durability. It's about the function. I like a fashion. I like that. That is cool. But I'm also thinking, okay, am I gonna have to buy this jacket a million more times in my lifetime? Or do I buy this jacket one time And if it gets ripped to shreds in the road, I'll have to get a new one. Maybe if it, you know what I mean? Like, it bothers me, the whole thing of outfit repeating, because I think that it perpetuates this idea of new, like always new, with a lack of creativity. Because for me, I have an abundant amount of clothes. I have way too many clothes right now, currently, in my opinion, actually. But I love all my clothes. I was just telling my mom this. I need to not buy any more clothes because I love all of the clothes that I have. Like, I go through all of my clothing and I'm like, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love this, you know? But it's like, because I have so many clothes, privilege, I don't have time to wear all of them in a weird way. Like, there's not enough space in a laundry hamper for that, you know? Or like, you pick your favorite things to wear, which is totally fine. But like, I think it's too common as like a Halloween thing. Like, you know, for Halloween, a lot of people will go to a thrift store, buy something, wear it one time, get rid of it because it was for the one time. A lot of people are doing that in a barely longer time span. Like, they'll go to a thrift store, get something, love it for the 5 seconds, wear it 3 times, get rid of it. And like, that's all too common. It's all too common, and we're prioritizing style over clothes. And I think it's sometimes just people not knowing what they like. Some people might not know what they like. Some people, I know I've been embarrassed looking back at photos of myself. I'm like, oh, I fucking wore that. What was that? And then it's like, now I'm like conscious of that decision. But that's a learning curve. That's not just like a thing like that. Because I think it's so cool when, like, you know, you ask a grandma or a mom, it's like, I bought this for 50 cents. Someone was selling it at the side of the road 40 years ago. And I'm like, you don't see that nowadays. You go to a fucking estate sale, it's a $600 jacket. Like, what? You know? And then there's the whole thing with fashion, and fashion being art and being what it is, and the whole paying for an idea versus paying for material. I think that's where people get angry because my mom loves Project Runway. It's hilarious. She'll send me sometimes. And someone made like a dress, I think, out of like volleyballs, which I'm a volleyball coach, so I love that. And zip ties, which are both of my things. Love. And so people are like, why would you pay $1 million for this thing when it cost them $20? I'm like, because they fucking thought to rip up volleyballs, put zip ties, and call it a dress. Like, hello. And that's like the fashion creativity that I feel like people are not bringing into, when they should bring their creativity into their clothes and not just their style. Because I'm like, you can get a tank top one time, wear it as a long tank top from the 2000s, a crop top, a fucking whatever else you want to do. And with also out having to fully destroy it. Because, hey, make whatever clothes you want to make. That's so cool. I love when people, I see like, I added a zipper to this, took the bottom, made it a top. I'm like, whoa, where'd our brain go? Love, like, yes. But some people are like fully destroying things, wearing it one time because it's not sustainable to wear, and then you wasted clothes. And it's like, there's learning within some of that, but there's also just like lack of planning. I don't know. I think there's a balance. I think that people should take clothes in the opposite, or I think right now we're going like trend to clothes to fashion, when we should be going fashion to clothes to trend. Like, think of your clothes in the fashion way to make it maybe a trend that's currently you feel good in today, instead of hopping on a trend, seeing if it fits in your clothes, and then knowing that it's not. Because it's not working.